Welcome to Legion Builds, where I guide you on how to bring your favorite fictional characters into Dungeons & Dragons. This video and all my content is made possible by my Patreon supporters, and it's dedicated to everyone who subscribes to my channel. You're all the reasons why this keeps going. Join the Legion today at patreon.com/63rdlegion for free and help decide next week's new character. Joining my paid tiers allows you early access to my content, a shout out in my videos, homebrew D&D items for your games, and a chance to play some D&D in the Patreon community. We now have a Discord. It's just getting started, but we have some future plans coming, like events for Discord members and Patreon members. Today we're building the mysterious leader of Cobra from G.I. Joe. It's Cobra Commander. Now when I say mysterious, I mean mysterious. No one really knows who this guy really is, and each portrayal of him has a different backstory. He's been a used car salesman with an extreme hatred for governments, head of a global tech company, a series of leaders elected by a council, a former military scientist, and of course a human-serpent hybrid from an ancient civilization. I hate that last one, and yes, I'm from that generation that storyline was made for. Hated it when I was a kid too. Regardless of the origin story, Cobra Commander is an egotistical, psychopathic genius who rules Cobra with both force and extreme charisma. To help with his plans for domination, Cobra Commander employs a force of faceless minions and individuals that can help him by expanding his arsenal. And regardless of what G.I. Joe brings, he always has the perfect plan. He runs away. For today's build, we'll be using the Player's Handbook. We're using standard point array to keep things simple, and we are not multi-classing, so this is going to be easy. Make Charisma 15, Intelligence 14, Dex 13, Wisdom 12, Con 10, and we're going to be dumping Charisma with an 8 because it's the least important thing for this build. Cobra Commander is a human, and I will not be accepting otherwise. You can change this though if you enjoyed the Cobra Law story. Resourceful gives you a free inspiration dice when you finish a long rest if you don't already have one. Skillful gives you a free skill. Take Deception. Versatile gives you an additional origin feat. For this feat, Tough is basically the only way we're getting health with this build. You get double your current character level in HP and then add +2 HP to each level after. To finish out your lineage, you know the language Common and 2 more of your choice. For background, place +2 into intelligence and +1 into charisma. For your origin feat, Lucky will always allow you to cheat because you can never do anything fair. Well, you can't cheat like you used to with this, but this is still pretty good. You have a total number of luck points equal to your proficiency bonus per long rest. By expending 1 luck point, you can give yourself advantage on a d20 test. This includes attacks, skills, and saves. You can also spend 1 luck point to give a creature attacking you disadvantage on the attack roll. For skills, take Insight and Perception. To finish out your background, gain a proficiency in a tool that will allow you to make and maintain weapons. The only other proficiencies you want, you're gonna get. Level 1 Rogues start things off with 4 skills. Grab Persuasion, Intimidation, Investigation, and Sleight of Hand. You are proficient in light and finesse weapons, light armor, thieves' tools, and the saving throws Dex and Intelligence. Expertise lets you choose 2 skills you are proficient with, and now you double the proficiency bonus to those skills. Use this with Deception and Persuasion. Thieves' Cant gives you 2 more languages, starting with Thieves' Cant, which is a secret coded language, and finally 1 more of your choice. Sneak Attack adds bonus damage once per turn to your attack. When you attack with a finesse or ranged weapon while you have advantage on the attack roll, or the target is within 5 feet of one of your allies, you can add bonus damage, which starts off at 1d6. Weapon Mastery lets you access special properties of weapons you are proficient with. When you finish a long rest, you choose 2 weapons you are proficient with, and now you have these weapon mastery properties active. For these weapons, hand crossbow and rapier give you Vex, which gives you advantage on your next attack roll against a creature you've hit with this weapon before the end of your next turn. Level 2 Rogues learn Cunning Actions. Dash, Disengage, and Hide are bonus actions to you. Level 3 Rogues now have access to their subclass. Let's make you more ruthless and give you some venom with Assassin, found in the Player's Handbook. By the way, yes, I'm taking this because of the whole Cobra motif. You can change this up, and frankly, the build stays pretty decent. Assassin's tools give you proficiency in Disguise Kit and Poisoner's Kit. Assassinate gives you advantage on initiative rolls. You also have advantage on your attack the first round of combat on any creature that hasn't hasn't taken its turn yet, and if you hit with this attack, you deal extra damage equal to your rogue level. Steady aim lets you have advantage on your next attack with a bonus action on a turn you haven't moved, and your total movement becomes 0 until the end of your turn. Your sneak attack is upgraded to 2d6 extra damage. Level 4 rogues earn our first ability score improvement. Let's grab a feat with Crossbow Expert found in the player's handbook, or Gunner from Tasha's if you want a pistol. Both will add +1 to your dex and allow you to ignore the loading properties to the ranged weapons they are associated with. And Gunner will allow you to use firearms. Both also allow you to use your associated weapons within 5 feet of an enemy without taking the shot at disadvantage. The only difference between them is Crossbow Expert allows you to use a hand crossbow in your offhand and add your damage modifier to the attack. Level 5 rogues gain Cunning Action. Now when you are damaged by an attack that you can see, you can use your reaction to have the damage. Cunning Strike allows you to add effects to your sneak attacks by sacrificing the extra damage dice. If the effect has a DC, it's based on your dex modifier. You can add 1 effect per turn. For these effects, Withdrawal costs 1d6 and you can immediately move half your total speed without provoking an attack of opportunity. Trip costs 1d6 and you force a dex save. If they fail and are a size larger or smaller, they fall prone. Poison costs 1d6 and you require a poisoner's kit to use this. Forcing a con save, if they fail, they are poisoned for 1 minute and can repeat the save at the end of each of their turns to end the poison condition. A poison creature has disadvantage on all attacks and skill checks. Your sneak attack is now 3d6 extra damage. You've hit character level 5, bring your proficiency bonus up to +3. Level 6 rogues receive 2 more expertise. Use this with Intimidation and Investigation. Level 7 rogues get my favorite feature, Reliable Talent. Now none of your skill checks you roll for a skill you're proficient with can be below 10 on the D20. Evasion improves your dex saves. Now when you succeed a dex save, you take no damage and half damage on a failure. Your sneak attack is now 4d6 extra damage. Level 8 rogues earn another ability score improvement, bump up dex for better attack and damage. Level 9 assassin rogues learn infiltration expertise. Now you can mimic a person's speech patterns and handwriting by watching them for 1 hour, and your steady aim no longer makes your speed 0 when you use it. You will still need to not move before you use it, but you get your speed after. Your sneak attack is now 5d6 extra damage. You've hit character level 9, raise your proficiency bonus to +4. Level 10 rogues earn another ability score improvement, bump up charisma. Level 11 rogues gain improved critical strike. You can now add 2 critical strikes per turn, but still must pay the cost for both. Your sneak attack is now 6d6 extra damage. Level 12 rogues earn another ability score improvement, cap off charisma. Level 13 assassin rogues receive envenom weapons. Now when you use your poison cunning strike, you can add 2d6 poison damage when they fail to save, and this damage ignores resistance to poison. Your sneak attack is now 7d6 extra damage. You're now character level 13, raise your proficiency bonus to +5. Level 14 rogues now have Devious Strikes, giving you 3 more options to your Cunning Strikes. For your new options, Daze cost 2d6 and you can force a con save. If they fail on their next turn, they can now only move, take an action, or take a bonus action. Not all of them, only 1. Obscure costs 3d6 and forces a dex save. If they fail, they are blinded until the start of their next turn. Knockout costs 6d6 and forces a con save. If they fail, they fall unconscious for 1 minute, or until they take damage. They can repeat the save at the end of their turn to wake themselves up. Level 15 rogues gain Slippery Mind. You are now proficient in Charisma and Wisdom saves. Your sneak attack is now 8d6 extra damage. Level 16 rogues earn our last official ability score improvement, add this to dex. Level 17 Assassin Rogues get their final subclass feature, Death Strike. Now, when you hit with your sneak attack on your first turn of combat, you can force a con save. If they fail, the damage is doubled. Your sneak attack is now 9d6 extra damage. You've hit the final milestone, character level 17, max out your proficiency bonus at +6. Level 18 rogues are elusive. Now, no attack rolls against you can be at advantage unless you're incapacitated. Level 19 rogues now have access to epic boons. You can now choose any feat, including the epic boon feats, which are pretty cool. For this though, I'm actually gonna cap off dex for better shots, but if you don't need that, grab a cool epic boon. Your sneak attack is now maxed out at 10d6 extra damage. Our final level is level 20 rogue and you receive Stroke of Luck. Now, when you fail a d20 test, you can turn the roll into a 20. You can use this once per short or long rest. Now that we've hit level 20, let's recap. Your stats are Strength 8, Dex 20, Con 10, Intelligence 16, Wisdom 12, Charisma 20. Let's dive in. You have the skills to give you the upper hand. You can poison enemies, knock them down, blind them, knock them out, and run away when you attack. You can also disengage and dash with a bonus action. You can give yourself advantage on attacks up to 6 times with Lucky and with a bonus action. Speaking of hitting your enemies, your attacks add 10d6 extra damage, 2d6 poison damage, 20 bonus damage if it's on the first turn of combat, and you can double the damage of your attacks, giving you a damage potential of 20 d6 sneak attack damage. Finally, you're a rogue. 4 of your skills are adding plus 12 before rolls, and none of your skills can ever be lower than 10 on the roll, which means all your charisma skills can never be lower than 27. Also, all these skill checks can be at advantage, and you can turn a failure into a 20. Basically, you're a cheater. By the way, if you really want to mess with your DM, take the epic boon of skill. Not only does it give you expertise and one more skill, but you now become proficient in all skills. That means none of your skills will ever be below 10 on the roll. Downside. Firstly, your health taking the average is just over 140 HP, and that's only because we gave you the tough feat. Joe is going to be bringing a lot of damage dealers, so make sure the Crimson Guard is nearby because you're getting your butt kicked. Speaking of getting your butt kicked, your strength score sucks. Need I say more? You're pretty weak in the physical department. Finally, you're going to need Mindbender or Destro because you have no magic to help you, just a firearm. That's it. But of course, you don't need to worry about any of those cons, because you have all of Cobra backing you up, and the Joes can't stop you. Well, that's what you think. You're pretty delusional as well. I'd like to give a special shout out to my Artificer tier. Thank you, John Martin, Christopher R. Hunter, Java Squirrel, Jonathan Haynes, and Daniel Saftler. You guys rock. Make sure to like and subscribe to not miss a single new build each week on YouTube and Spotify. And make sure to check out my Patreon where you can help decide next week's new character.